EMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich.
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
Auszustellen.
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich.
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
Auszustellen.
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana.
Thank you very much for joining the section. So we are on Voodoo, ReVodution, Voodoo Education on Facebook, and we have Charles Graham say, "Good afternoon, Toby. Hope you are well. I watched most of your events in Thailand and how splendid it was. Welcome home." Thank you very much, Charles. I hope you are fine. Yes, Thailand was very, very interesting because I hadn't been there for more than 20 years plus. So my going this time was a special presentation, I would say. My friend Kunyuari did a wonderful job of her welcoming me and my family, and we really had a good time with her. Thank you very much, Charles Graham. I'm grateful. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Thank you very much. And then we have Deus Caritas SS. Hello, Togbe. My question is, have you ever heard of people using ghosts or the dead like a deity? Is this discouraged in Ewe Vodu? Thank you. Yes, of course, people in our culture, they do necromancy, they contact the dead. And then there is a voodoo that there's a group of people who practice a voodoo by a dead person. And when you hear the name Kukuto, there are certain people, they call them Kukuto. Are they up? They went up. Yeah. When you hear the name Kukuto, it's a name, it's a kind of a voodoo that is usually the dead person becomes the voodoo. The person who is in charge of the voodoo when he dies, they will install they will install a new person who will now use the person who has passed on to give informations to him to do his voodoo. So it is not something that is discouraged. It's part of our tradition. But being part of our tradition, that is supposed to be for Clubhouse. It's not coming. So it's not anything bad because voodoo is very large. So many things are involved. So the field and the part that you know is what you do. I don't know so much about that aspect, but people do use a dead person's body who will be buried, and then it becomes the channeler. The channel is spirits through that dead person. Because in every cosmology, we believe that while human beings die, they become spirits. So if you can tap into that person who is no more a physical being, but was once a human being, that person spirit will be able to look beyond the iron curtain and be able to give you information on this side. So it is not something that we discourage it. It is part of voodoo practice. If that is a field that you have come across, study, learn more about it and know more about it. That's all that I can say. If you don't find it attractive, you don't have, it is not a problem. You can leave it and go on to what you find attractive. Voodoo is vague, it's very big, and there's no end to it. So that's why I don't condemn anybody who is practicing whatever they are practicing. When you ask me a question concerning what other people do and I don't know anything about it, I will just tell you straightforward that I don't know anything about it. So what I don't know, I don't teach. But this is something that I have an idea, but I don't know it. I've never practiced. I've never been part of such groups, but they practice it and people get benefit from it. So thank you very much, you people come. Kofi, since when did you people start going up and jumping there? Please, people who are listening to me, hold on. Me, here. Meka hu bedemo na mbe mi ano jibo holi ya. Mi aba onka. Next time, you people, you go there again and then you see. Sorry, I have to caution the children. They started climbing the story building and all this. And if anything happens to them, I am here doing this, and I won't be able to know. So, Deus again, say hello again. You said everyone has different destinies, but Afar gives us blueprints, and of course, we have the blueprints, or people share the same Odu. Yeah, people can share the same Odu because there are only 256 Odus in Afar. Even though it is said that it is more than 256, but 256 is the well-known one. But some others say there's more and it has no ending. So there is a high possibility that you and another person may have the same Odu fall for you as your destiny path. But in the Ewe Vodu, the destiny that you have is yours. So when another person have your blueprint or the same blueprint that you have, there is high possibility that you and that person share certain kind of behavior and certain kind of things. That's what it is in Afa. So there are not even possibility. There are people who share the same destiny blueprints as the one you have. For instance, there is this gentleman, Tura Irete, African Divine Portals in Nigeria, Chibuzo, who has the same destiny path blueprint like mine. And he visited me here when he got to know that I have the same thing. So he is also a teacher, teaching like I am doing on his own in Nigeria. So when people have the same destiny path or blueprints, you share some kind of trails. So it is possible. Can we know why 3 different destinies may share Afa Odu? I don't know why 3. Is it 2? Why 2 different destinies may share Afa Odu? I don't know why, but because there are only 256 Odus that we know more about. But the truth is that there are more than 256 people in this world. So if there are only 256 Odus that we have been using to work with, and there are more people than 256 in this world, definitely people will share the same kind of destiny blueprints. But even then, there will be differences in individuals, because like a thumbprint, your thumbprint may look like somebody's own, but the people who study thumbprint would see the difference. Thank you. And then we have Kofi Mompi. Say greetings from Agura Hills, California. Is it?
Yes.
Is it California?
Yes.
Agura? Okay. You are welcome, Kofi Mompi. Thank you very much for joining our section. We are grateful. Hope you and your loved ones are good. Thank you very much for joining our African Magic Temple ReVodution Voodoo Education live. And then we have Kofi Mompi say, Afa, I'm also Ewe Kamsusi Lamboni Sali. I don't understand that word. Say, I am Afa, I'm also Ewe Kamsusi Lamboni Sali. Okay, I don't understand what that means anyway. Thank you very much, Kofi Mompi. And then we have Wu Chao. Say, good evening, Bokor. I really like the setup. Your background is very beautiful. You have modernized Voodoo for us. Thank you, Papa. Thank you very much, Wu Chao. We are very grateful, and you are seeing whatever we are doing. We are just doing our best to be able to bring our traditional knowledge to people, to our people, and to people who have a desire to learn more about themselves. I'm very grateful that you have you like the way our things are going. However, whichever way a Voodoo is presented, it is fine. It is Voodoo. In our tradition, Voodoo is the way it is. It looks chuckly, but it's the way it is. Even though we are sitting in office or sitting in a good place because we are presenting this thing, when we go back into the shrines, you see the chuckly about the Voodoo there. That's how it is. That's how it works. Thank you very much, Wu Chao. Thank you. I'm grateful. And then we have our sister, big sister Yvonne Ekuya Mohammed, the mother of Bokor Shamba Musa, saying thank you. And thank you to Mama Yvonne. We are grateful. We on YouTube. So on YouTube, we have Malvin 1068 saying, greetings, Papa. I trust you and the family are fine. Yes, Malvin, we are doing very well. And how are you doing? I hope you and your loved ones are also fine. Thank you very much for joining today's section. And then we have Juliet 667A say, hi, Papa. Juliet here. I'm overdue for a visit. Can you please speak about the meaning of witches in Voodoo? What are those energies? How can we guard against it? Okay, hello, Juliet. Thank you very much. I think witchcraft is also another energy, and you can also call it because when we say Voodoo, we are talking about spirit in general. There are Vodus that are also called witches Voodoo. Anna Vodu. That's how the Avis call it. Anna Vodu means Voodoo for witches. And some of these Anna Vodus are for people who have them to use it to prevent witches from attacking them. But there are some people who also go into Voodoo to learn witchcraft itself in order to use it for whatever reason they go in for. So for witchcraft, it's more not the Voodoo, but it is more of a mental wave where someone thinking negative about you, that person's negative waves affect your positive waves, and then the parallelity of your waves will be disrupted. Then the way you want things to go may not go the way you want it. That's what is all witchcraft about. Witchcraft is mental energy. So we can call all of ourselves that we are all witches, and at the same time we are all angels. How are we all witches? In the sense that if you are negatively thinking about someone and your negative thoughts are able to affect the person, Kofi, get me water in the cup. Take my cup here. We are all witches, and at the same time, we are all no. Use this white one. And the same time, we are all not witches, or we are all angels. So if your mental thought waves are affecting another person, to that person, you are a witch. But maybe to the people you love, and if you use your thought waves to help them to develop or move forward or wish them good luck, then to them you are not a witch. But whoever you use your negative mental energy to affect, then to that person, the person will regard you as a witch. So witchcraft is a mental wave or energy that people just a mental wave that is directed in a negative way. So to prevent yourself from such people, you do things like putting some amulets, talismans, and also having a stronger energy or spirit that can protect and prevent such things coming towards you, or when they come to you, they don't affect you, but they bounce back. You need a protection around you to be able to overcome them. But sometimes when you do a reading, and in the reading, and it shows that witches are attacking you, then when you do the necessary vosa or the rituals that the reading or the oracle will direct you to do, you realize that you kick the witches away from you for a while. You cannot 100% and totally push them away from you forever, because as long as you are interacting with other human beings, there is a tendency that some people will like you and some people will not like you. And the people who do not like you, their thought waves or their mental energies can affect you. So if you recluse yourself from society and you are living in like an abbot, wherever you may be, then maybe that's the only way you can avoid them. But no one can live like that. Even those who are abbots, they have to eat, they have to drink, and they need to interact with some people. So you can never know who likes you or who does not like you. It is only when you start feeling the negative waves, that's when you feel that something is not going on well. And in most readings, if such waves are affecting your progress or development, we will call it witchcraft and we will tell you what to do to avoid them. But it's not something you can permanently avoid. You can only cut them off from time to time when they arise in your, or they appear in your life. So, Juliet, that's how it is. I hope you and your family are all doing well. Thank you very much for joining today's section. And Juliet went on to say, also, your Thailand visit was a pleasure to watch. Thank you for sharing. Thank you too for joining today's section. I'm grateful. I thought you were still here. I didn't know you left. Okay. Anyway, I wish you well. Anytime you are ready to come, I am around. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Is that the last one on that? Okay. Let's go to TikTok and see if we have some more questions. This is African Magic Temple on Facebook. Okay. We have Mama Ekia saying, thank you. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much, Mama Ekia Muhammad. That's mother of Shamba, Bokor Shamba Musa Muhammad. And then we have Tata Boki. I think Tata Boki is coming from far away in Chicago. Okay. And then Tata Boki says, many blessings to you and your family, my brother. I wanted to ask, is initiation into Voodoo separate and different from Afa? Yes, they are. Initiation into Voodoo is different from Afa initiation. And even in initiation into Voodoo, there are 1,000,001 Voodoos, and each one that you want to work with, you have to be initiated into it. So one single initiation into a particular Voodoo does not give you the guarantee that I am initiated into Voodoo. You can only say I am initiated into this Voodoo. The name of the Voodoo you have been initiated into must be mentioned that I was or I am initiated into this Voodoo, because there are 1,001 Voodoos that are there. So you can't get one single initiation into one single Voodoo and then say that you have been initiated into a Voodoo. You must mention the name of that Voodoo. However, when you are initiated into Fa, you can say, I am initiated into Fa. And maybe people will ask you, which type of Fa have you been initiated into? If it is a Anago, if it's a Jisa, if it is Gogo, if it is a Amije, Kwaliga, or whatever. So Afa also have all these things, but Afa is more unified. So once you are initiated into Afa, you are initiated. But Voodoo is an individual thing. There are certain Voodoos that many other people did not ever hear about. They've never heard about it before. So when you say you are initiated into a Voodoo, people will ask you, which Voodoo have you been initiated into? And maybe the person who is even asking you that question that has never heard about that Voodoo before. So initiation into Voodoo is totally different from the initiation into Afa, because there are so many different Voodoos. Yeah. If you look on my table, I don't know whether it shows in this. Each one is a Voodoo on their own. These are all Voodoos. So when you are initiated into Voodoo, you can't say that I'm initiated into Voodoo. There are so many Voodoos. This one, each one you are seeing here, I have been initiated into them. That's why I can work with them. That's why I can use them. If people couldn't get the Bokor Christopher on the this is a ReVodution Voodoo. You are using ReVodution Voodoo for the. I don't even know whether we are on.
Oh, yes.
It's on.
Yes.
So it's not the same like the way it used to show. So Tata Bokwi, that's it. To be initiated into Voodoo is totally different from the initiation into Afa. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So check any other place and let's see if we have other things. I think we are done with that. Okay, we have Odogu Desire. I say good evening, Papa. Hello, Odogu Desire. How are you? I hope you and your loved ones are fine. Thank you very much for joining today's section. You are very welcome to the program. Let's move up. And then we have our big sister, Luna Nicole. Say blessing, Papa. I'm grateful to join you all for today's section. I hope everyone is well. Yes, we are all fine here, and I also hope that everyone else is well. And how have you been? How is your health, and how is everything with you and your loved ones? Thank you very much for joining today's live section. And the big sister Luna Nicole said, I'm not going to interact much today, Papa, but I'll be listening in the background. Thank you very much, big sister Luna Nicole. We will be talking and you can listen. And then we have someone with the name Spiritual Code. Papa, are you from Ghana or Togo? Mr. Spiritual Code, I am an Ewe man. I can come from anywhere. Ewes are in Ghana. Ewes are in Togo. Ewes are in Dahomey, which is now Benin Republic. And Ewes are in Nigeria, around the Badagry enclave. So I am an Ewe man. I come from Ewe land. Thank you. And then we have Idris Musa. I say, I love an old boy in the house. Okay, thank you very much. Then we have Lauren Kim. Say good evening, Papa. Hello, Lauren Kim. Thank you very much for joining today's section. I hope you are fine and your loved ones are all doing well. We are very grateful that you joined today's section. And then we have Eteka saying, please, my name is Eteka Oyo. How can I have your contact? Because I need to visit you. Okay, Eteka, our number is in our profile. It's 0262 367578. But we are writing it again in the program. We'll pin it so that anyone who want to find our number can take it from here. So we are in Ghana on the Spinters Road in Accra. Thank you very much. And then we have bit 9. Say, how do you know the work you are doing is what you are called for? Okay. If the work you are doing makes you happy and you derive joy from the work you are doing, not because of the money that comes with it, then your inner self is happy. And it may be the work you are called, or not. That word to call for is more of a Christian and religious word, that someone is called for something. I don't really buy that word. But what I will say is that if you are doing something and you are happy about it, and anytime you are doing that and you feel joy and happiness, then that is the work that you. That's how I would put it. The call for are mostly Christians and religious people who say that you have been called. I've been called. I don't believe in calling anybody. If you are born with it, you are born with it. You don't need to be called for it. Thank you. And then bit 9 said, is it the same question? So bit 9 again went on to say, please, how do you know your gift from God? I don't know how you know your gift from God. I can hope you're fine. Then we have BBO Ni saying hi. Hello, Ni, how are you? Thank you very much. And then BBO Ni say, please, what do you do? I talk about spirituality. That's what I do. Let's move on.
Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
auszustellen.
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana.
This Voodoo. Long time I became seriously sick when we were in the Kufo house. I was so sick, and I didn't know what is it. Kufo house. I think Kufo house. I was sick, so I was doing everything, but I wasn't getting okay. Then my friend Amuji, today is no more alive. He said, "Oh, Papa, why not you come to me?" Okay, maybe. Maybe the destiny is what you call calling. Okay, yeah. We don't call it in Ewe that way. Thank you very much, big sister Luna Nicole. I'm grateful. And then Luna Nicole again went on to say, "At least that's my perception, Papa." Okay, thank you very much. We are all learning here, so we don't know not we don't know everything. We are learning every day. When as it comes to us, we are learning. So yeah, it could be what your perception is that it is destiny is what people call calling. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Then Baron said, "My first time watching you, Daddy." Hello, Baron. Thank you very much for joining the section. I'm grateful. I hope you are fine and your loved ones are doing well as well. Thank you for joining today's section. Then we are back on YouTube and we have Amwako Evans Jr. saying, "Good evening, sir." Hello, Evans. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. I hope you are fine. How are things with you? We have not met for a long time. Maybe when I get some free time and you have some free time, come, let's meet and talk again. Thank you very much. I'm grateful that you joined. Hope all is well with you. Thank you. And then we have Abdul Hamid QC2UG. Good evening, Papa. I am watching you live. Thank you very much, Habib, for watching us in Mali. Thank you very much. How are you? How have you been? I hope everything is going on well with you. Yeah, take care, and I wish you well in everything that you do. Thank you very much. And Abdul Hamid went, "Our ancestors were wise, and it's the way to light. It's the way to light, but we are confused." Yes, it is very true. This is the way to light, but we were confused with religion. No, my friend Olufemi George posted something today on the on Facebook, and I saw it that the only thing religion was able to do is to divide people and put them against each other. That's what religion did. That was what they were successfully able to do. They divide people and put them one brother against brother, sister against sister. That's what the religion was able to do. It gave us confusion, and we are still fighting it today. And it is difficult for people to see the light. But anyway, everybody has their timing. If your time comes to be wise, you will find a way. If you are supposed to remain in the darkness and in ignorance, no matter how many lightning advices or the light that you see being shared by people, you will never be convinced, because if it is not your time, then it is not your time. Thank you. Okay, we have Tata Buki from Chicago, right?
Yes.
It's again here. He said, thank you so much. If you don't mind, can you tell us what voodoos you have? What do they represent, and what is their purpose, and also which ones can you initiate people into? I cannot tell how many voodoos that I have, because I've been getting voodoos for the past, if I am not lying, I've been working with voodoos for the past 30 plus years. When I came back into African traditional spirituality, 30 plus years, I've been working with voodoos, and I have taken so many different voodoos at different times. I've been initiated into all of them, and I've been working with most of them. And as you can see on my table, there are so many voodoos here. There is one called Abochi, there's Akai, there is Akbo, there is all this one, even I cannot remember their name. They were, then this is Hajagala Lachik Besi, and then this is kind of a Muslim voodoo that I work with, and then we have this, and in my house we are transmitting from my residence. I have some shrine here too, and there are voodoos there. Then at the shrine is where we have our main shrine, African Magic Temple shrine. There are, I don't know how many voodoos are there, maybe 101, 1,000 voodoos. They are all there. And we can initiate people into any voodoo that the person wants to be initiated into. But before we do initiation, we will consult the oracle to find out whether you are qualified to be initiated into that voodoo first before we will initiate you. We don't just initiate people because people come and say, oh, please initiate me. No. We will first consult and find out whether you are actually qualified to be initiated into the voodoos that we work with, because our voodoos are very powerful, and we will not give it to anyone who may misuse it to attack people. So we can initiate you into any voodoo at our shrine or in our shrine, but we will first do consultation to find out if you are qualified. Thank you very much, Tata Buki, for that. And Tata Buki said, okay, thank you, my brother. You are very welcome. Thank you too. And then Isawu, we have already read that one. Okay. Oh, ciao. Okay, we have a Mamaga Honam sending us a rose flower times 1. Thank you very much, Mamaga Honam. We are very grateful that you sent us a gift. We are very, very happy. And then we have Nayan, say, teacher, when you initiation into voodoo, does the person gets only one voodoo, or the person is also taught to be connected or create his or her own voodoo? When a person is initiated into a voodoo, if the person wants to get the full voodoo, there are ways that we do that. We will have to create that voodoo with all the necessary items that form that voodoo. And if you want to have it, then we will make it for you, empower it with all the necessary things. Then you can have that voodoo and you can take it with you. However, there are some voodoos that I cannot give to people Not yet, until I know the person very, very, very well. You can be initiated into that voodoo to help you, guide you on your path. You can still be working with that voodoo without really having the physical image of the voodoo. But when you want to have that voodoo as a voodoo, then we will have to study you very well before giving you the voodoo as a voodoo. Yes, because voodoo is life and voodoo is death. When in the right hand, it gives life. But given to the wrong hands, it becomes a curse and death for other people, and sometimes even for yourself if you don't know how to handle it. Voodoo is a two-edged sword, and this is the reason why the white man who brought Christianity feared it and tried to belittle it by calling it devilish worship, because it is very practical and it is very strong, powerful. In the wrong hand, it can create doom for people. But in the good hand, or in the right hand, it can bring life and hope for many people. So for me to pass on a voodoo to you, I need to know you. I need to know what you can do and what you cannot do. I will not just give you any voodoo just because you came and said, give me voodoo. And I will give it to you without finding out whether you will be able to use it for good. So that is how it is at my shrine, Nayan. There are many other people who can give you voodoo without really investigating you or trying to understand you. But at my shrine, I will not give you a voodoo without knowing you very well. Thank you. I can initiate you into the voodoo so that the voodoo can protect you and give you life. But to give it to you, no. I need to know you. Thank you. And then we have Luna, big sister Luna Nicole up there saying, Papa, can we work with voodoo from different cultures as beliefs and beliefs? Yes, you can work with voodoo from different cultures and from different beliefs. For instance, I was in Thailand recently, and if you can see, there were so many voodoos at my friend's shrine. And I had had some of the voodoos from her back in 1980s or the early 90s, that she had given me some voodoo that we call Luampu, which was her main voodoo at the time. And I had been working with that voodoo for a long time. It has guided me, even guiding me into coming back into African traditional spirituality. And when I go to her shrine, I also brought my voodoos with me. And we all, she doesn't see anything wrong about it. And I don't see anything wrong about her voodoos. So we can work with voodoos from different cultures and from different bases, because voodoo simply means spirit. I don't know how long will this enter and sink in. Voodoo simply means spirits. And spirits are not limited to Ewe culture, and they are not limited to Hausa culture, and they are not limited to Yoruba culture, and they are not limited to Akan culture. And those spirits are not limited to Africans or black people only. Spirit is universal, and they are everywhere. Not that they can be everywhere, but they are everywhere. When you get in touch with a spirit, and the spirit get in touch with you, and both of you have a common understanding, whether it is from the Kabeya people, from the Kotokoli people, from the Hausa people, or from the Pacific, or from wherever in the world, as long as yourself and that particular energy or spirit or voodoo, as the the Ewe's call it, if you, the two of you, the spirit and you, become friends and can work together, why not? Culture and beliefs doesn't matter. Spirit doesn't have culture and spirit doesn't have beliefs. They are spirits and they are everywhere, and they can work with anyone who is good and who is willing to work with them. So you can get voodoos from different cultures. Thank you. And then we have Emeka Marvelous. It's a good day, sir. Hello, Emeka Marvelous. How are you? Thank you very much for joining today's section. And I'm very grateful that you are here. I hope you are fine and your loved ones are fine. Then Emeka said, please, Emeka went on to say, please, your number. Our number is already put in the in our profile, and we also pin it on today's into today's program, so you can easily pick our number. Just scroll up or down and you will find it. Thank you very much. And then we get God Get Power. Say, please, are you in Ghana? Yes, we are in Ghana currently. I am in Ghana currently. I hope you are fine. Thank you very much for joining the section. And then we have Big Sister Luna Nicole again. Say, Papa, if we want to be initiated into Mami Water, will the specific water deity be revealed? Yes, of course, Mami Water, each Mami Water has their name. So when you are initiated, you will know the kind of Mami Water you are working with. Definitely, you will know the Mami Water you are working with. But there are certain situations when people are initiated and then they don't have the name of the Mami Water, because the Mami itself will say he or she will reveal himself or herself to the initiate at a different time. And then they will do the initiation and you wait. And when the Mami reveal itself to you in a dream or whatever, then you have to do a consultation to find out whether that is the real thing or not. And then it will tell you. But most of the time, it will be the real thing when the Mami did not reveal itself at the time of initiation, but rather by itself to you. I think that has happened to our brother Bokor Shamba Musa Mohammed, who is also on the program. When he was initiated into Mami, the Mami did not give her name at the time of initiation, but when he left and went back to the US, then the Mami revealed itself to him, and the name was given. And then when we cross-checked, it was real that was the Mami that wanted to work with him. So yes, when Mami will reveal the name and the water, and sometimes they will even tell you from which ocean or river they are coming from. Thank you, Big Sister. And Big Sister Luna Nico say, oh, does Mami Water give us access to all water spirit deities? No. The Mami that you are initiated into is the one that you work with. However, the Mami can also introduce you into other Mami deities or water deities if you so wish, or if the Mami so wishes, because all water spirits are called Mami in our Ewe language. I think in other languages called mermaids. And tell them to stop the noise, or they should stop disturbing me. So Mami is the common name for all the water deities and spirits. So if your Mami wants to introduce you to other Mamis, that is that. But even having one Mami Water to work with is enough to teach you and guide you. So I don't see where you want to get all the other Mami or other water deities. But if that's your desire, you and your Mami, when you are initiated, should be able to guide you. The network has gone.
It's my computer. It's free.
You say?
It's my computer. I've not turned it off.
Okay.
Sorry, it will come. Let me launch it now. Sorry.
Okay, so big sister Luna Nicole, when your mommy decides to connect you with other mummies, yes, it is possible. But the first thing is to get yourself initiated. And once you get initiated into it and start working with your mommy, then you will get to know what it is. And then, yes, specific peak water deity will be revealed. And sometimes even the specific water or ocean where that mummy is coming from will reveal itself if they so wish. And then God Get Power said, please, are you in Ghana? Yes, we are in Ghana. I think this ones came earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Then,
We've read this one.
okay, so no, the thing has come upside down.
Yeah, sorry.
So move it, because we have read this ones already. Hold on. Okay, go up. And this one's had, this thing has changed. And then we have Ogidigi. Ogidigidi. Good evening, sir. Please, how many years can a new member be qualified? Oh, for spirituality, you don't give a years to yourself. It depends on your dedication. And also it depends on the things that you have done in your life. That's what will determine how quick you can progress or how long it may take to delay to move on. You see, we are not like Indian gurus who say you have to take this lesson, you have to take that lesson, you have to take that lesson. At African Magic Temple, we don't do that. When we initiate you and you yourself, you have seen the changes. You have seen the changes that are happening in your life. No, this one. This thing is off. The when you
Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra.
These are needles. 5 needles. Please, those at home, nobody should try this because it's a very dangerous magic.
Show it to the camera.
This is a string, a thread.
Yes.
Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich und
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
auszustellen.
ปู่ก็เคาะไม่ให้นางเต็มบาท
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana.
to do magic with fire.
You know, go burn us, Abi.
No. Don't worry at all.
We have fire extinguisher, don't worry.
We are professionals here.
Hey, put a peck so you know what?
Okay, so this is a fire art that I have done around the world for many years, and my children are actually the ones doing the magic now. Now I am more concentrating on my spirituality, but because they called me, I'm coming.
Trick me be no. I just must be. This is what I did. I did chain. Joe, you do send some of the chain for me. You do chain for me.
No, this is another another class of magic that I'm going to do with rope. Gentlemen, hold this one. Try to pull it. You sure it's complete? Okay. Great. Don't be scared. It's entertainment, okay?
I'll hold it for you.
Hey, hold the scissors.
I can put it down.
So this is one single rope. Yes. I want you all to watch this. It's a very beautiful magic that I have been doing for many years.
Yeah, watch you.
Yeah, watch. Please, can you...
I should cut it for you.
Cut it. Yes, please, cut it. So
and then I know one more.
It's very sharp. Okay, great. So here we are. You have cut it, and I'm going to join it together like magic. Are you all watching? Yes. Okay. Okay, now it's one rope again. You will say it's not magic because everybody can do this. Great, great. Is my scissors with you?
Yes,
okay. Okay. So I'm going to chop these places off.
That's an old chakra.
So here we go. I'm trying to knit it with my hands. Can you watch it? Is everybody watching very carefully? Okay. So now I have joined the rope as one. One, two, and a 3.
Yes, some way.
Okay, I'm going to do one strange magic, but don't be afraid. Can I have some water, please?
What's my name?
Yes.
Christopher.
Yes.
This one that you joined it. If my money, you don't tear like this.
I go join him.
You join him.
Yes.
So I should tear money there.
Don't tear it too.
Money there, I should tear.
If you tear it, you will lose it.
So I give it to you, then you tear.
Then I join it.
Yeah.
So this one is a beautiful magic that I have taken around the world. This camera should zoom in, you know.
That's your camera there.
Yeah. This is these are needles. 5 needles. Please, those at home, nobody should try this because it's a very dangerous magic. If you are not a magician,
don't try
it. Children should not try this, okay?
Show it to the camera.
Hey.
Say it in Netflix, you. I'm going to put on my name away. The films baby cry.
So what's the middle now?
Okay. This is a string. A thread.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody. Yes. So I am done with my magic for today. Thank you all very much. So I'm now a full-time magician. Thank you very much for today. Thank you very much.
Your effort is nice.
Thank you. This is the top hat.
What about
we call it top hat.
You give it to me.
Magic.
It's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
You give it to me.
No.
Don't give it to her now. Hey, Yabusia. Mejidi say you've been
Voncujovi, also known as Diego Maracha or Maracha in music circles. And we slept around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and I had to wake up to do some work from some clients. So I came here to the shrine in the morning, and then later, after finishing their work, it was around 3 p.m., so I rested a little bit before coming on the program. Thank you all very much for today's program. I'm going to pour libation, and after the libation, we will continue from there. Thank you very much, and you are welcome to the program. Okay, is this also showing?
Yes.
The way I'm going to pour the libation. Is it showing in the...
Yes, please. I will just lower the camera small.
Okay. I want the bowl to show so that people can learn from it, you know. Once it can show in it, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, madu zieton. Omoyo maugan sobolisa. Maugan kitikata. Maugan esse. Esse joto, because the logo.
Okay.
Esse joto. Ame joto. Esse enanu ame. Se tenanu ame. Woman of heavy. Dok no heavy. Woman of heavy maybe enanu dok no heavy ogbena. Dok no heavy maybe enanu woman of heavy ogbena. Esse popolito. Esse nyo amenyo. Esse gla amegla. Esse Georgie amepojijo. O medoago. Me yo sheme ham for a show, pese mi for a show. Medoago. You are Braxas. Me yo zi adre podoago. Yo tadre to bevi me kuna. O verso aton. O verso rekame yo medoago. E mi yo mi ano zoji anyirizo kakachi kazbashadre. Yala fa benya gbe mi la pe akwe benya gbe me juru hono me yo ra kakaka. Wenya anyingba majo flow for playing ba mando adika. Wenya able me matekulo eteku etega. O me yo akain becho fa kain mo le ba kain jevo ba kain busu ba kain trova ba kain me ba kain dufia ba kain. Mami ata ba kain ge ba kain. Peli pa bi magba ahajado akopla ba mando je fiota ba instrument do je me yo mi no da hoba wa kakwo pe mi zango me play viora kaka to ago yo jo pata jo maku foke me vole mo je chi me vole Voodoo me gberi ko ko atole fofo me jo benwe o heave jo benwe me to aya molo moji o to anu kware pe veyin o le pe me gbe to ba jo etuzo pledu o me no te fere kan jo pata be ye li hafi ejo von va jo enyen jo pata o pe fia jo pata metrona me gbe da molo avifagbe eleye dina jo pata neno anyi apemia ajolo jopata jopata ni atefe me yo wa mesime gbo jide to togbe de nta pa pelu ti zubulu wajima ogboju pe odo jalo pe nko me valenti fafa me lo ba lo jona pefu ago sapate me yo tigeli me yo goro du me yo ka la fia yo amaga sesenge ja papa sesen se to be je ba ha e me yo brahini me yo bogbochi me yo ngbe foli koko market bo mi godo kru check ma ko na to bonyo kuto me na fanani me yo tonyo ko sepoku akubie no nye meri akoso goku foni ko geje tasenya ma osi fusi jam ko so abra ko bra mama nye gbodwe mba to bonya goku ko fi to bonya kubia mensa mama nye dore fe ngbe peko no kuto me na fanani yo ko yenye Celestina wa kubia Katrina kubia fonya sense ko fonya ya be na kubia kuto me na fanani e me yo mi asro ma chucha chufa kubia Cecilia akpene ka tepe mensa kuto me na fanani yo awo no tuji bako tuji to tuji me yo kini asise project ja bara subara bonana kuto me na fanani yo bako adafri so fa hu ma bo bi bako afacha ojoge uno honu le va po uno honu le gbe avec to gbe ma se kuto me na fanani yo to gbe na ni tretu le jita to gbe Abraham jivenu le chama to gbe fia to Simon Kabila benye na sia gotino kuto me na fanani lo e ya me yo to gbe fia Daniel Evie Pamarela agbaro kuto me na fanani onima kuto me na fanani bo re e me yo amega koku Anatovi Ankaiba, Kutumane Fana, your happy Kosoa Baji, or Harrison George Ajobu, Kutumane Fanami. Go. Mayor Toboko, Kwamvia Joge, Mayor Ame, Bokor, Komla, Azuma, Agbovi, Kutumane Fanani. Your Venice, Venunia Sense, your Ruben Komla, Akubia, Kutumane Fanamilo. Over your Trevi view, Brahini view, Gajibio, Bain view, Hoho view. Boy Jimele Batunya Nungwa Teshi Mate Mamate Churu Carpenter Rose Painters Road View Beti Kutumana Fanani. Oh my God, depend poto Keleman Potos and Poto Vitima Pota with the Dava Mechava, a going preview at that, your Jaga, but Bodo Vima Quacha, Bodos Albert to me, into a go. Emayo, Appelli Apple Godos, Abaja for people, no, Appelli to Appelli, I believe you Appelli to a senior Appelli or no Coco no. You know for one assisting Kuga Mayora right now. We are selling Gajiba for a kettlebell or no for me to your flank that is a baby no Bango blow of the Davamecha and your Tower Glindo, the Tower Pechumanyamli, Emayo Togbe Adadokunaga, your Adela Pojoavli, Emayo Togbe Damalie, and Nahanya Petit, a payment Voodoo Petit Village. Your legba jiboso zume legba vi mapwa nani yema yo abochi sakrakama chwa be adogo okoto kolido ko kunu makwa gbere no gbere to be wale acho ofran tamani ofifini ko bisinkra o kofito jabaku ocho tua koficho he kofi atra kable me yo mi be kable godogo me yo mi opete dagbe kai anamilo dagbe yema yo Togbe pechu manyamli, meyo rakeke, meyo miapete, dagbe meyo, togbe nyanyamele, bafi, dakeke, dagbe. Yana dagbe neba, mamsese neba, kama bejiji meneba, monovu, meyo miapete keke, viko menyola tata nyamenyapete wa wareme we pete nya dakbe menefulo, meyo afana gonu. Fagbo majiso because people to muzoleme enda pa ti me yopali gbe meji eku meji lori meji di meji lo so meji mo meji abla meji akra meji kuda meji sa meji ka meji tupe meji tula meji lete meji che meji fu meji kwa che tula meyo klebo vile kama kwa to ba do bo to ba de nya de apo ine di lo dagbe mama se simple gbe mi biasia Bokor put the Clubhouse on. Okay, so we are ready to take off from here. Thank you all very much. So we have on is that TikTok? We don't have anybody here, or we have some people there. 1B. This is not very clear to me. We have to increase the. Yeah, let me increase the font because it's very far. So 1B is saying good evening. Family, good evening to you, 1B. How are you? Thank you very much. I hope you and your loved ones are all doing well. Thank you very much for joining today's section. Please, if you have questions to put, please, Stakhram Mori should bring out some questions and we start the conversation. I'm grateful to you all. Okay, we have on YouTube, right?
Yes.
On YouTube, we have Amwaku Evans Jr. 3579. Say good evening, Papa. Hello, Evans. How are you? Good evening. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining today's program. Hope you are fine. Then, Papa, please, does everybody has a head spirit? Yes, of course. Taji Voodoo. That's how they call it in Ewe. Taji Voodoo, which the Yorubas call what did they call it? Okay, when I remember, I'll tell you. It's Taji Voodoo in Yoruba is Orisha. Yes, that's what it is in Yoruba. Thank you. Everybody has. Because no one came into this world without the spirits that came with you. If you don't know them, that doesn't mean they did not come with you. it is up to you to make your effort to find what are the spirits that had came into this world in your destiny. That's what we call Taji Voodoo. Thank you very much. So, on ReVodution Voodoo Education, we have our big sister Ifa Dara. Say grand blessing, Papa, Christopher, and family. Thank you very much, big sister. How have you been? I hope you are doing well. It's been a while. Yeah, I know we've been chatting. You've been sending messages on Messenger and all this thing. Yeah, I hope your health is good. Your children and grandchildren are all fine. I wish you the best of the best. Compliments of the season. I think today is a Thanksgiving. Or a Thanksgiving has passed.
I think it was a Thursday.
Thursday was Thanksgiving. Okay. So happy Thanksgiving to you all in the Americas. Yeah. And then we have Divina Amuzo. Say, Papa, please, why is it that when you are wearing jopata, you can do everything? For example, if a lady is wearing it, I am expecting it to be if a lady is wearing it, I'm expecting it to be removed when they are menstruating after you put it on bed with jopata. There is no sure thing why in jopata you don't need to remove it when you are menstruating. Even if you are having having affair or having a sex with anybody, you can still wear jopata. It does not prevent the spirit from working. It is an all-round spirit. It's not a spirit that limit you by saying that at this time don't touch it, don't wear it. What about if that's the time that somebody wanted to attack you? Jopata is one of the spirits we call Ajochuame. Voodoo means spirits that protect you in case of any danger. So no one knows when danger will occur or appear. So if you were told that don't wear it at certain time, what about if that's the time that danger appears at your door? So Tobe Jopata, you don't need to remove anything. You can wear it at any time and do anything with it. It is still powerful as it had been from the very beginning. So it's an all-time spirit that doesn't stop you from doing anything. The only thing Jopata asks people who work with him or people who he is working with is do not plan evil for anybody. Thank you very much, Divina, for that message. We have Mohammed J. Million. Is it Million?
Yes.
J. Million. Mohammed J. Million say good evening, sir. Hello, Mohammed. Good evening. How are you? Thank you very much for joining today's section. I'm grateful to you. And then on Clubhouse, we are open on Clubhouse also. We have Dawn, who is on Clubhouse. Hello, Dawn. I hope you are fine and your loved ones are all doing well. Thank you very much. And then we have Spartacus. He said, what spirit governs Ancestrals 2? You have already mentioned it. Ancestrals 2 is Ancestrals 2. So there is no spirit than the Ancestrals 2. That is a spirit on its own. Please. The ancestors are the people who govern the Ancestrals 2. Okay, you can. Do we have any video of yesterday's any part?
Yes, I can get some.
Just put some parts together so that at least it will not be the same repetition of the same thing that has happened about a month or two ago.
Yes.
I'm waiting to take your questions. So please, people who wants to ask questions or make any comment, please go ahead. Okay. I will make this announcement next week, Saturday, Friday, and Saturday. We will be in Peki. We will be in Peki in the Volta region to celebrate the Binza, the festival of the people of Hohoi and the people of Peki. They have a festival that we call Beza, which is coming up next weekend. Friday is the welcoming, Saturday is the grand deba and Miss Being Beauty pageant celebration or event. We will be live there on Friday and also on Saturday. We will be performing a magic show for entertainment at the welcoming ceremony as well as the evening ceremony where the beauty pageant event will be taking place. So those who are in the Volta region and who are from Hohoi and Peki who wanted to see us live will be in Peki at the Binza Festival coming weekend. So we'll see you there. Come one, come all. We will be there live. So thank you all very much. And it is very possible that next week, Sunday, we may not be able to do a live because we will be performing Friday, we'll perform on Saturday, and we'll be tired and we will leave Peki on Sunday coming towards Accra. That's a high possibility. Or we may stay until Monday and it will be difficult for us to set up and do any live. However, we will be, if possible, we will be able to transmit on Facebook. Yeah, maybe on Facebook and with one camera. But Saturday we will try to be live. Friday we'll try to be live. So those who will not be able to come physically, please join us online on Friday and on Saturday. I'm not sure of the timing yet. The moment you liked African Magic Temple and ReVodution Voodoo Education, once we are live, you will be alerted. So please join us next Friday and next Saturday, the 5th and the 6th of December. Thank you all very much. We'll be performing magic as well as warrior dances. Yes, we'll be performing warrior dance and magic show as well. Thank you all very much and hope to see you at Biza coming Friday and Saturday.
Copying the video, but
They are sending it to you.
it's heavy. It's
Okay.
about 4K.
Oh, that's too much.
It's a 4K quality, so
Okay, because of the camera they used.
yes, even 5 minutes is 1 point something
Gig.
gigabyte.
But we copied some on this one yesterday, or they are transferring them.
transferred.
Okay, no problem. No problem. If they are able to get it, we will just put it in. And then we have on ReVodution Voodoo Education, or is it? On YouTube. We have on YouTube Amwaku Evans Jr. 3579 say, please, is it true only a father someone can know the blueprint of his or her destiny? Yes, that's what I know. I don't know whether there are other things that you can know the blueprint. In the Ewe Vodu form, you can fix your destiny, and whatever is in that destiny will come for you. But if you want to know the blueprint ahead of time and to be able to follow what is in your destiny, what I have learned over the years is AFA, what we call police, AFA initiation is the one who will give you that. Please put the air conditioner on. It's AFA initiation that will give you that thing. So to know your destiny or the blueprint of your destiny. You can have destiny, negative destiny removed, have a destiny set up for you. But if you want to know what secret is in your destiny, the things you are supposed to do so that you have peace and live successfully and comfortably in this place that you have come, which is this world that you have been born into. AFA is the correct one that leads you there. Thank you for that beautiful question from Evans Amwaku Junior 3579. And then we have a Kalawi Wright 4152. Can you please speak of the possibility retreat in Thailand? The country of Thailand has been in my mind as a destination. I would love to visit. Yes, Kela Wright 4152. We are now in the planning process to hold a retreat in Swan Damapan, which is my friend Kun Yuari's shrine, and my sons, my children, Bokor Sena and Bokor Pele, are the ones I put in charge to do the arrangement. So they will advertise, and if we get a good number of people who wants to go, then I will travel from Ghana to join them. They are already in Asia. They are in China and in Japan. So they will move from there and come to Thailand, and then I will also move from here and join them for the retreat. So I will check and consult with them, and then when the time is near or they have put things together, we will just inform our followers. Of course, those who are from Ghana, who also are in Africa, who also want to come to join that retreat, it will be very wonderful, because that's why you see Voodoo and Buddhism and traditional spirituality will meet, where we will all do things that will help all of us to enhance our spirituality, as well as helping our own practical physical life. So Keller, right? We will be announcing it as soon as arrangements are made, and I'm sure my sons will also put how much it will cost each person who want to attend. Thank you. We will have initiations, and we will do a whole lot of things there. So we have to plan it properly before I leave this part. So you'll soon hear from us. Thank you very much. And then we have Evans Amwaku Evans Jr. is saying 3579, saying, is there a situation where someone would do a reading and some spirits will want to speak to the person but will not have the opportunity to? And then it is not a proper reading. If you do a reading, or you are doing a reading, and a spirit wants to talk to you, or whether the spirit of a person who has passed on, or any voodoo or any deity wants to communicate with you, there is no way it cannot communicate, as long as it has shown its head in the reading that it wants to talk with you or to give you some information. There is nothing that can stop it from communicating with you, unless of course the person who is doing the reading, or the person who is the Bokor or the Huno, or generally a person who is the diviner. If the person is not very good in the reading, then they may give you that excuse and tell you that some spirit want to talk to you, but it cannot talk. Because if the spirit wants to talk to you and it cannot talk, then why should it come and let you know that it wants to talk to you? Those are the things you look for when you are listening to people who say they can do a reading. It is not everybody who is just perfect in this case. A lot of people claim to know. We are not the best in the world. There are people who know much more than us. But we know how to present our own. And what we know is what we teach. We don't teach what we don't know. And if we say, yes, we know this, then you should be sure that we know it and we are going to teach it and we are going to say it as it is. So when a spirit wants to talk to you in a reading, it has to talk. There's nothing that can prevent that spirit from talking to you. Thank you very much, Amwaku Evans Jr. 3579 and Amwaku Jr. of Evans Jr. 3579 went on to say, what is Avleketi Avleto Avleno? Okay, Avleketi Avleto Avleno is also a deity or a voodoo that people have. And sometimes people refer to the dwarf spirit also, Avleketi Avleto Avleno. But then I believe that it's a deity. I don't have any contact with that Avleketi Avleto Avleno. It is not in my voodoos. There is only one voodoo that uses that incantation in part of its design, but I don't know. Well, I don't think that voodoo is called Avleketi Avleno. It's called a Soviwada. That is the name of the voodoo, Soviwada. But then in its incantation, you have Avleketi Avleto Avleno, which is actually referring to a dwarf spirit. And this spirit is not something that is physically made. It is only made or invoked at the time you wanted to use it. And it is usually used, the way I got it and the way it was used is to catch a thief. So it is to catch a thief if something is stolen from a house and they are looking for the person and they are not finding the person. Especially within the house, someone stole something within the house and you cannot tell. And no, everybody is denying that it is them. That is when that spirit is formed, and once it has done its work, it is dismissed into the spirit world. But some people have it, a lot of people have it in many incantations I've been hearing, but I don't know their source, and I have no knowledge of what they do, and I cannot be here to talk about it. But then I know that the Avleketi Avleno is in one of my spirit's incantation. Yeah, but the spirit is not called Avleketi. The spirit is called Soviwada. Yes, and then our Amwaku Evans Jr. 3579 said, are there spirits that no one can go for them unless they themselves chooses the person they want to work with? I believe so. There are spirits that they have to decide to work with you. It's not you who say, I want to work with them. But even those kind of spirits, you need to find out whether you can work with them. And if they say no, every spirit can say yes and can say no. If they don't want to work with you, you cannot force them, because it's like you can take a horse to the riverside, but if he doesn't want to drink water, there's nothing you can do. But if a spirit chooses to work with you, it means the spirit found within you that you are a pure person who can work with him or her. That's why he or she wants to work with you. But if you like a particular spirit and you want to work with the spirit and you don't know whether the spirit wants to work with you or not to work with you, you have to go to the person who has that spirit, so that the person can do consultation with the spirit to find out if the spirit wants to work with you or it does not want to work with you. Thank you very much for those beautiful questions, Evans Amwaku Genio 3579. I'm grateful. And then we have Ike. Is it's Ikela, right?
Yes, please. Ikela.
Ikela is not Ikela. It's Ikela, right? 4152 say, I will be willing to travel from Canada from this side. Okay, it will be amazing. Sure, we will make it, and it will happen. What has fallen down?
It's a message. My phone.
Okay. So once we are done with the preparation, because we are going to collaborate with another person's shrine, and once the preparations are done, then definitely we will be in Thailand. It's a place I love very much, and my recent visit had really reopened my eyes that I can still work over there too. I used to work there so many years back. Thank you very much, Ikela, right? And then we have at Blazing Fire 7091. Please, I'd like to know how powerful a family black stool can be. Okay. A family black stool can be as powerful as anything. And a powerful, a family black stool also can be very dormant as anything. What I mean by saying so is that a family black stool, or stool in general, I don't know where the black stool came from, but people call it black stool. We just call it stool. A family stool can be as powerful as anything if the people that are in charge of it are empowering it regularly with the proper things to make the spirit of the stool become active. But if people who are in charge, the caretakers, the custodians of the family stool, are not doing things to empower the stool can be there and it will not work for anybody. Not that it doesn't have power, but how to activate it and make it to work is what they don't know. So they may be pouring libation for it, and they may be killing animals for it, but the person who is in charge of the stool, or those people who are in charge of the stool, must be able to hear they must be able to communicate with the stool to know what it wants and what it doesn't want. A lot of time people thought that once you are just pouring libation and you kill some chicken and the blood touches the ground and you people eat the rest, or you break an egg or put an egg there because maybe you don't have money or you don't want to use money to buy a chicken or any animal for the stool, then the stool is going to be doing all that you want. No, it is not so. It is when you are empowering the stool. There are ways to empower a stool. And it is that empowerment is what makes a stool become active. And there must also be someone who can communicate with the stool. Because every entity, every spirit, every voodoo, or every god, or any god for that matter, speaks, gives information, communicates. But if you who is working with that spirit, let's say, let's take the stool in this case, who is working with the stool, and you cannot understand what the stool is saying, and you don't have any way to communicate properly, and you don't travel out to find what the stool is saying, the stool can be there, but it will be dormant. It will not be powerful to do anything. But a dormant stool may even communicate with somebody far away who is interested in spirituality, in order to let the person know that this is what is happening to me, if that person is related to the stool through blood lineage. So the stool can now communicate with the person, even though the person is not near the stool and it is not a custodian, is not attending to the stool. But if the person is pure and the person's spirituality is growing, The stool can communicate with that person from far, afar, to let the person know that this is what I wanted them to do for me, but nobody is doing for me. So please, can you do it for me? And once the person is able to have that communication and follow the direction of what the stool wanted them, then he or she is empowering the stool. And even if it's empowering the stool, it may not be generally the benefit of everybody, but the person that the stool chose to communicate with will benefit from the stool. Thank you very much, Ike. Blazing Fire 7091. I'm grateful. And then our brother Amwaku Evans Jr. 3579 say, thank you, sir, for the answers. You are very much welcome, Evans. Thank you for the questions. Where are we?
Smart.
Okay, so we have Spartacus saying sorry. I don't know why. Pleased to sorry, but I don't know what he wanted to write before. But then we have a smart kid, Graham there, Kojo Jenyami, saying greetings to African Magic Temple. Thank you very much, Kojo. How are you? I hope you are fine. And Smart Kid Gray said that would be amazing to return to Bangkok. Yes, Kojo, you were born in Bangkok, so going back to Bangkok is like returning home. Yeah. So when the time comes, I'll let you know. Please, this thing has come, and maybe if I have money at the time, I can buy you a ticket to go back to where you were born to at least visit again. Thank you very much, Kojo, and thank you all very much. And then Spartacus says, please talk about Ezu, the metal god. Does it have an English name? Yes, it has an English name. It is a lot of people call it in Ewe, in Ewe, we are calling it Ezupe, which is the anvil that the blacksmith uses to burn metal. Some places people call it egu, which is the same anvil and hammer. It goes together. The anvil and the hammer, they go together. I think some people call some people even have a name, Ezupe Machiri, Ezu. So the Ezupe being the anvil, and the hammer can be called the Ezu as well. So in English, it's called the anvil and the hammer. Yeah, so that's what it is. It is a Gu Vodu, and a Gu simply means Vodus of metal. A Gu Vodu. So anything when human beings started to become civilized, to begin to form communities, they were able to make metals or use metals to make tools, farm tools, weapons, and all these things. That's why that particular spirit, Egu, even the cars we are driving in, the knife we use at home, and swords and everything is very powerful for keeping human life. So Egu or Ezupe is called anvil and hammer in English language. Yeah. Thank you very much. Then we have Salem Ahmed Salem number 8. Salem Ahmed Salem number 8 is say, are these spirits ghosts, angels, or deities? I cannot depend on whichever you are dealing, because there are spirits, there are ghosts, and angels I don't know, but I know deities. So Smart Kid Gray say, I would love to go back to my birth country. Sure, I can understand. And then Smart Gray, just like every old family in Elmina, we do these two rituals every first Tuesday of the year. Okay, thank you very much for that beautiful drop in. And then Smart Kid Gray say it's called Akrodo. Is it? Say the spelling. Is it Akrodo? Akrodo. Okay, thank you very much, Graham Kojo Jenyami. That's my son, and he is in Hungary. Thank you. You say?
Next year, Kintola.
Thursday. Oh, it'll be a good year. It'll be a good year. And then Spartacus sent a rose flower times 3. Thank you very much, Spartacus. We are very grateful that you sent us a rose flower times 3. Thank you, and thank you very much. And then we have at Blazing Fires 7091 say, can I get help when I come to you for you to establish the communication between myself and my family's stool? Because the stool keeps manifesting in my life without any direct communication. Once you come and do a reading, the stool, if you are coming to do a reading about yourself or about the stool will definitely talk and give you direction on what things you should do, and then get in connection with it, if that's your dream. Yes, we do spiritual consultation for all kind of things. So when you come, definitely you will have some understanding, and you will definitely have some direction given to you by your ancestral stool. Thank you very much, at Blazing Fire 7091. Then Spartacus said, thank you for a zoo explanation, very educational. I'm very grateful, and thank you very much for that question. We are all learning. Where are your people?
Yeah.
They should come. This is what we are doing. They should come here. This is what we are doing now. Okay, and Spartacus is saying that if the stool chose you, but the family is stubborn, what will be the other way out? Of course, if a stool chooses you to be in charge of it, and then some people who are not in favor of it, you can still work with the stool without actually getting involved with the people who are not in favor of you working or being in charge. So what you can do is you will have to do a spiritual consultation and ask the stool in which ways or what ways does he or she want you to work with him now that people have not people are not allowing you to work with it. You can still work with a stool without physically being in the stool room. So once you do a spiritual consultation, the spirit or the stool itself, or the spirit of the stool, will give you guidance and tell you the things to do, and it will be working with you, and no one can stop it, because physically you are not there, but it's working with you. Who can stop you? So that's what happens when you are doing that. And then Spartacus sent us a rose flower times 13 times. Wow, wonderful. I'm very grateful. And then Smart Kid Gray said, Papa, I spoke to my mom sometime back. I was told my stool name is Kuma Tutu. It's very fascinating. That is interesting. Kuma Tutu. Okay. So the new people, you know that you have this thing, Your mother is aware that you have this thing, but you say, oh, you want to be Catholic. But anyway, we all choose what we want. So, Kwakuma Tutu. Tutu means, what does Tutu mean? It's a common name in Ewe land. It's a common name in Ewe and Ashanti, especially Hokwe and Peki people. We have the name Tutu. Okay, say Kwakuma Tutu. Okay, so you must ask your mom what really the meaning is. There must be something more, even though the name is like that. Thank you, smart kid. Great, Kojo, thank you very much. And then Spartacus has sent us another rose flower 18 times. Wow. And then another 8. Oh, I'm grateful. And then Smarty Gray is smiling or things so surprised. It's good, traditional thing, you can never avoid it. We cannot avoid tradition, no matter what we have become, like Christians or Muslims or anything. Whatever is yours, it's in your blood. It is part of your. Seriam, you to come and help. It's part of your blood. You can never run away from it. Why I have gone all around the world, tried to become a Hindu monk and everything, but at the end of the day, I had to come back home and attend to my African tradition. And there is no other tradition that is better than our own. The British have their own, the Jews have their own, the Arabs have their own. So what is happening to we Africans not to have our own? We need to focus. So let us be strict with our lives and be honest and drive away hypocrisy. Then we will see our lives transforming to a better one. The stool is the collection point of all your ancestors on one bloodline. If it is a maternal stool, then it is the collection of all your ancestral lineage on the maternal line. And if it is a paternal stool, then it is a collection of all your ancestors on the paternal lineage. This is what a stool is. Thank you. And then Spartacus say, can never avoid it. Yes, no, you cannot avoid it. You can try to avoid it, but if it wants you or if it thinks that you are the right person, there's no way you can run away. And the smart kid Gray said, my grandma never stopped and she is still kicking. She's still kicking at 103, which is good. See, if your grandma is still at 103 and she's still alive and still walking and kicking, that means she knew what she is doing with the stool, and you people have to follow her footsteps. And then, who knows, the benefits that had made her to live this long will also spread over to you people. Yeah, people who say they abandoned them are dying at early age and all this. If your heart is clean and you do things with honesty, ancestral stool or family stool, what people call black stool, will work for you. You don't need to be among, or you don't need to be going into its stool house before it works for you, because it's a spirit. It can be anywhere at any time and can work at any time. And then we have a Spartacus. He said, please, does it mean a person chosen by the soul cannot stay abroad? No, you can still be abroad and still work with the stool. That's why even some chiefs are made chiefs, but they go abroad, and someone will be in your place. So it is not a question that you cannot stay abroad. You can still stay abroad and still work with your stool and work with it nicely. Thank you all for this beautiful questions, Spartacus. And then we have Blazing Fire 7091 saying, thank you, sir. You are very much welcome. And then we have Meditate, Sleep, Relax, Omo Music. Good evening, Bokor. I took your advice and went to learn more about Afa. Haven't come across something so interesting since learning about the Vedas. Okay, thank you very much. But the Vedas are not our own. The Vedas are of the Hindu people. We are not. This Afa is deeper than the Vedas, and it is a practical thing. So Afa is a practical thing, just as Voodoo is. So the videos are more of storytelling of what has happened in the past. But if you are not very well taught, you only read and read and read and talk stories, but you will not be able to practicalize it than to cross your leg and say you are doing meditation. We don't do meditation. We will it and it happens. And then we have this Serena. This Serena, I say, Papa, please, why does one have to shave all hair on the head during Afa initiation? Because you will be reborn. You are coming out as a new and a fresh human being in character, in physical body, and in spirit. That is why they have to shave your head, so that you are new. When you're after your initiation, your hair start growing, and then that hair is a new hair. You are a different person. It's like the Christianity born again, where they dip you inside water and then you come out. But that water they dip you inside is not pure. So how can they dip you inside that water and say that? Sometimes even the river that they dip you inside is a bosom. It's a spirit of the ancestors, their spirit. Then the church father will go and dip you inside and tell you are born again. Don't you think that it is like you are being born again inside that river spirit? If you want to think about it seriously, because they dip you inside the river and they say you are born again. What did they dip you inside? It's a river. Let's say it is Antoine Nyama. And if they dip you inside Antoine Nyama, it's Antoine's river, and you come out. Are you coming out for Jesus or you are coming out for Antoine? Let's think about it. Let's our minds speak aloud and see. So that water one, no, but the Afa one, they're going to shave you. They'll put white on your body and everything. So when you go and wash down, you become new. This is the reason why they shave people's hair. Yeah. And then this Serena was laughing because the way I'm asking the question. Yeah. So thank you very much. And then Smart Kid Grace, logically speaking, that's true. Yes, of course. If they put you inside a river dye, and river dye is a deity in our village, and then the pastor match all of you inside the river dye and say dip you inside the blood of Jesus. But that river dye is not the blood of Jesus, it's the blood of our people. So when you come out, what are you coming out? Sometimes people like to tickle themselves so that they laugh. But the reality is always there. Who is calling at this hour? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I'm coming. Hold on. So this Serena is laughing. Or he's saying thank you, and then Spartacus is this. Okay, thank you all very much for this, because I'm just thinking aloud that unless even if they take you to the River Jordan in Israel to bury you inside, that River Jordan had been there long before Jesus was born. So how can you say that because they dip you inside River Jordan, so you are different? It doesn't make so much sense to me today. When I was young, it feels like that's all that it was. Yeah, but it is that it doesn't make sense these days. Yeah, but that is how born agains are born. Born again into what? Because our people had been with that river a long time before white man came. And they had been doing rituals for that river a long time. And now pastor put you inside and say you are born in Christ. You are born again in Christ. How? It's the Christ who made the river. Well, let's just think about it. It's part of life. Yes. And then Spartacus again sent us a rose flower times 18. Oh, today alone you have made our day. So many rose flowers you have been sending to us. We are very grateful. Thank you very much. And then we have Amwaku Evans Jr. 357 and say, can everyone from a family work with their ancestors too, even if they have not been chosen? Yes, you can. It's your ancestors. Basically, ancestral tool, like I said earlier, is a conversion point of all your ancestors on a particular bloodline. If it is your paternal ancestral stool, you have a blood lineage on there, so your ancestors are also there. And if it is your maternal stool, then your maternal ancestors are also converging there. So you don't need to be chosen as a stool father or a guardian or custodian per se, but all of you together from these families are the custodians of that particular ancestral deity, which we call the ancestral stool, because it is the blood of all your ancestors that are meeting there, the ghosts, the spirits of all your ancestors for all the generations, even the ones unknown, that are converging there. So you don't need to be chosen to work with your ancestral stool. However, a family always chooses one or two people or few people to be directly in charge so that they can see to the day-to-day activities of the shrine. If anyone comes there to ask for prayer from their ancestors, to help in anything, then such a person that was chosen by the family will now open the ancestral stool door and pour libations to their stool, call the names and invoke all the names of the ancestors, and then tell them what this particular person, who is a blood lineage, has come for. So not everybody can be there at the same time. So that's why usually a person, one or two people are chosen to have time to be praying for on behalf of other people. But all of you, you are actually the custodians of that ancestral heritage. So you don't need to be chosen by anybody to be a custodian. But you also don't go there fighting and say, hey, I'm also part of this family, so open the door for me. And no, they have rules and regulations, because that is a sacred place, the sacred meeting point of your ancestors. You can't go and use a hooliganism to go and just override whatever rules and regulations that they have put there before you. So follow whatever it's there, and maybe a day will come, it will come to your turn or your turn where you will become the elder, or whether you are young or old, and the deity or the ancestral stool will demand that you should be the one to be in charge. Because the stool actually is the one who tells people who to be in charge of it. It's not you who will decide. But because a lot of people cannot communicate with the spirit of the ancestral stool, that's why they put anybody that they choose out of favoritism and whatever. It's life. So you are all the custodians of the ancestral heritage. Thank you very much, Mwaku Evans Jr. there. And then we have a meditate, sleep, relax, Ome music, 558. He said, I heard your children went to the diaspora and initiated people to some voodoos. Did they initiate anyone from there to Afa? No, they did not. My children didn't initiate anyone in the diaspora to Afa, because the people they went to initiate were already having Afa. So, and those people were actually having Afa from their, even though they are not Eves, they were having Afa from the Ewe lineage of Afa initiations. So they don't call themselves Baba Alawu, but they call themselves Bokor or Huno, which is the Ewe word for a Babalawo. So they did not initiate people into Afa, but into the Vodus that they were having with them. Thank you very much. Meditate, relax. Meditate, sleep, relax, Ome Music 558 on YouTube. And then we have again meditate, sleep, relax, more music 558. Say, how does Ewe Vodu relate to Akom, the religion of the Akan people, and the Kemetic cosmology of ancient Egypt and Hermetism? I don't know how they are related, but the word Akom is an Akan word for Voodoo. That's why a person who is in charge of Akom or any Voodoo in the Akan cosmology is called Akomfuo or Komfuo. Someone who is in charge of Akom is called Okomfuo. And anybody who is in charge of Voodoo is called Vodusi or Huno in Ewe. So the word Akom is the same word used in Ewe and it's called Voodoo. So is what will I say? I will not say similar, but is the
It is a tree version.
Yes, the Voodoo Akom is the tree version of what the Ewe people call Voodoo. Akom means spirit, and Voodoo means spirit. So there's no difference between them. It is different cultures, different languages, and the way they attend to their spiritual things. And then when you talk about Kemetic cosmology of ancient Egypt and Hermetism, I don't think our ancestors were coming from Kemet and they were what they are doing is Kemetic. Because even if the Eves were at a time in Egypt, they probably had their own knowledge long before coming to Egypt. They did not start their spiritual heritage or spiritual knowledge from Egypt. The Eves are a line of the Egbe speaking group, and you can find some of these Egbe speaking groups in Central Africa, in Eastern Africa, and in other parts. So Kemet and Kemetic and ancient Hermetism, I'm not sure if I know so much about it, but what we do is totally different. The Voodoo that we, because I don't think anywhere in Kemetic cosmology you hear the word Voodoo. It's an heavy word. So I don't know whether when you read any Kemetic knowledge or Hermetism, you find the word Voodoo. Because the Voodoo is heavy word and it's not coming from Egypt. If it were coming from Egypt, then we would have been speaking the same language the Egyptians had spoken at that time. But I don't know. Let me put it there in a very simple form that I don't know. But I don't know whether Ewe Vodu has anything to do with Kemetic religion or spirituality. Because I had read from somewhere and had seen some videos who were saying that the Ewes in reality migrated from the other side of the world. Maybe when the land was Gondwana land, where the world was one. When it separated, they were in the other side, and this side come here, which Africa is here. But just like people in Vanuatu, Tonga, Pacific Islands, I have read somewhere that the Ewe's might have migrated from that far place, and they had passed through so many cultures before finally settling in this part of the world. I have not done any research on that, but I've seen videos and people speaking about that. And then they refer to certain names we pronounce and try to link it to people, the cultures that the Ewe's had interacted with before reaching here. So I don't know when the Ewe's were in Egypt or they had passed through Egypt, but I surely knew that they had passed through Sudan. So Egypt and Sudan was almost like one country in the olden days. So there's a possibility that they had, because I heard that most of the pyramids were actually built in Sudan. There are more pyramids in Sudan than in Egypt. They may not be as big as the Giza and all this, but there are so many pyramids also built in Sudan than in Egypt. So whichever it is, I'm not very sure, but what I practice now, I don't think has anything to do with Egypt. If it does, I don't know. Thank you very much, my brother there. And then we have our brother Amwaku Evans Jr., 3579. Said the stool I saw was very small. Does it come with different size? Stools are very small. They are not a big thing that any human being can even sit on. So what you saw is probably the real thing. Stools are very, very small. The reason why they are small is they can easily be hidden and taken away and run away whenever war breaks down. So people can easily hide them so that others will not even know that they are carrying the family heritage. Because when your stool is taken away from you, that means that people have overcome you or they have conquered you. So people will die defending their stool, then it is not that big so that it can be easily smuggled out or hidden from plain sight. So maybe what you saw is true, because a lot of time people thought that a stool is like the one the chief sits on in public. No, that is just a replica of the original thing. The original thing is a very small. Thank you very much, Amwaku Evans Jr. Thank you. So we have Sila Ameji, my daughter-in-law. They say, good evening, Papa. Please, does Ewe Vodu priest use astrology too? No, astrology is not part of our Ewe spirituality. But however, once in a while, you can be told to do something at a midday, at midnight, or in the early hours of the day. And that is the only where we branch into astrology. But to talk about this star was in this position and this thing must be done and that must be done, we don't do that. But some other Africans, apart from the Ewes, may use the astrological signs, like the people of Dogon in Mali. The Dogons are people who have been dealing with the stars long time ago, before even the white man knows what these stars were. So the Dogon, being Africans, they deal in astrology. But every spirituality, every traditional spirituality, which is Voodoo, does not deal in astrology. Apart from the fact that, okay, if you are doing certain rituals, you do them at midday, midnight, early hours of the night, early hours of the morning. And also, sometimes you use the 4 cardinal points to do a ritual like turning towards the sunrise and then again facing the sunset, go towards the north and go towards the south, and that's it. But pure astrology, as in Hinduism or in Western spirituality, cosmology, does not exist in Ewe Vodu. If you see someone using astrology in Ewe Vodu, then the person has learned outside the Ewe Vodu and is now inculcating and trying to put what the knowledge that the person has learned from somewhere to work with the Voodoo in order to probably achieve a better result. But in Ewe Vodu by itself, there is no astrology. Thank you very much for that, Sila Ameji. And how is our Princess Afanyu? I hope you are all doing well. Thank you very much for taking very good care of her. And then meditate, sleep, relax, almost be music. 558, they say last week we learned about the memory powder. Are there other natural remedies that can gently enhance intelligence and mesmerizing voice, beauty, charm, or creativity? Yes, of course, there are so many. There are so many. The memory powders are also not just one. There are so many different types of memory powder. And then there are certain voodoos when you want to have a good voice to be able to be a singer. They will prepare certain things for you, things from nature, so that your voice can be good when you want to be a musician or want to use your voice as an oratory tool to be able to talk, to convince people. And then, of course, to be beautiful, also there are things that they can teach you that will create an aura around you. There are certain things you'll be doing, and that aura around you will enhance people's way of looking at you. It will enhance your aura. So when other people come in contact with you, they see the pleasant feeling, they experience pleasant feelings, and they can listen. And that's where people may say you can charm or is charming. The person is charming because the person's aura is emanating a very charming or a beautiful, soothing, sweet, soothing vibration that the person is emanating. So when a person comes in contact with other people, they feel good to deal with that person. And then, of course, in creativity, yes, there are voodoos and there are certain initiations that when they initiate you into it, you'll be able to do what you want to do. Like my children, they have not gone to any drumming class to learn how to play drum. But there was a friend of mine who was a drummer, who, when they were very small children, and he came to visit me and said, oh, he wanted to initiate them into the spirit of drumming. And then they were initiated into the spirit of drumming. They haven't gone learning drumming anywhere, but they can play any drum. Yeah, they are fine. So because of that initiation they gave them, it works for them. So in African Voodoo, or Ewe Voodoo for that matter, there are so many things, and everything that is in Voodoo is in nature. It's not like something outside the world that we live in. The Ewes deal with the world that we live in. We don't look above the sky to look for answers. We look for answers on the ground because we are on the ground. We are not birds and we are not spirits flying in the air. We look for answers with plants. We look for answers from plants, from things in nature. So every Voodoo is simply how to live in harmony with the nature that surrounds you. That's all that it is. Thank you very much. Meditate, sleep, relax. Omo Bay Music 558. Thank you for that beautiful question. So we are on TikTok or where? Okay, we are on TikTok, and there's a Grateful Heart. Say greetings to you. Hello, Grateful Heart. Greetings to you too. How are you? I hope you and your loved ones are fine. And then Grateful Heart say enule do na tobuyo. and we'll do now American then and the Oliver Fu. Thank you very much. Then one be say greetings, family. Thank you very much. One big greetings to you. Thank you for being here. And then I think that's it that we have on TikTok. Today we don't have so many people on TikTok, whether we had been too late or whatever. I don't know, but we don't have many people on TikTok. I have to close very soon because I have to send these children have to come back and go to school tomorrow. Do we have anything again? No, we're done with this, please. So you can place a video, small video, and then we come back and then answer a few questions. Then I'll close today's section. Because Tony is here, or he going back?
I think he's here.
Okay. Today we are going to introduce a lady magician. A lady magician. But before I will do that one, I will the music for me more hotter. No be slow music for this. Change music and then no hot.
Me as the action boy, fresh on boy. Even when I stand in the shadow, my God, hands to fall, never go fall. Go do me, I know I can't fall. I never claim say bigger than God, but sometimes man got to ask special. Don't play, I don't get tidy. If me I don't stop, I be oh my God. Open me, I call you. Open me, Cesaro. Open me, Yanuno. Via Messiano. Open me, I call you. Open me, Cesaro. Go back me yanu, voodoo be a messiano.
Okay, so we are on YouTube, and Amwaku Evans Jr. 3579 say, why is the stool name different from the family name? Because in each family there are so many names. There are so many names within each family that all the people may come from the same grandfather, but the grandfather probably has given different names to his children. And as time went by, when they two started having children, they want to be represented. So they give their names that their father or grandfather had given to them or to their father, and they take that name and give to their children. So let's take a grandfather had 5 children. And he gave different names to them. Each one has a different name. So now when these children are also grown and they start having their family, they all want to be identified with their children, even though they are all coming from the same ancestral root. So they give their children their own names. For instance, in my family at Hohoi, my great-grandfather had about 5 or 6 children. And they gave names to them. So those are the names that they were being called when they were growing up. And when they started having children, they decided to give their own names to their children as their surname, even though they are still brothers and they all belong to the same stool. That's why in my line, my father's father's name was Akubia, and that name is what we were called. But when we were growing, we got to a point where my father changed his name from just ordinary Akubia to Poku Akubia, due to some event that had happened in his life when he was born. So he became Poku Akubia, whereas there are some other family members or Akubias still maintain the Akubia because he wanted to put a difference between himself, his children, and the other children. The original family name is Brahini and Bafuo. So there are some people who still use the Brahini from the root, and no one is actually using the name Bafuo. So in each family, they have different family names. So the stool usually bears the name of the first chief, or the first person that they had made as a chief on that stool. That is what the stool bears that name. So suppose it, for instance, not supposing, for instance, in our family, the chief was called Geje, which is coming from a long line where my great grandfather had a red beard, like Oforijato. So he had a red beard. His was a red beard. So people used to call him Geja, person with a red beard, like an Oforijato or albino, half albino. So he was called Geja, Geja, Geja. So as his children grew up and they made a stool, they called the stool Togbe Geje. But none of his children is signing the name, because the name Geje as a family name, because he gave names to each one, and each one has that name. So this is the reason that the family, the stool name is different from the family name itself. So what you may ask is that, what is the name of the chief? The chief usually will bear the name of the stool in most cases. But the chief may be coming from Bobochi, may be coming from Brahini, may be coming from Akubia, may be coming from Poku Akubia, or coming from Sika, or whatever. But when they become chief on the stool, they will all be called Togbe Geje. Even though you will not hear the name Geje among anybody, but they can just say all these people are children of Geje. That one, everybody can bear that name. So you must find out what is the name of the chief on the stool, and then that can relate to the name of the stool. Thank you very much, Evans, for that question. Oh, we read those ones already. Okay, wait, I think. Okay, so we have D Serena saying, please, what plants or herbs will you recommend for cleansing? I will recommend Avena, and that's the one that we use here. I don't know which part of the world you are, but the Avena is a common tree in West Africa. We call the boundary tree. The leaves of the boundary tree is what is one of the highest cleansing herbs in Ewe Vodu, and I think in Yoruba, Ifa also. I forgot the name in Yoruba, but the common English name is boundary tree. I'll recommend that. But if you are able to get dame dame or sio sio, as it is called in Ga, sio sio or dame dame, in English you call cedar akuta, that also is a very good help for cleansing. But the cleansing usually, apart from using Avena or boundary tree, the combination of different herbs can also help this. But I don't know whether you will know them. But then one of them is a dandelion, and sometimes garlic, normal garlic mixed with dandelion and some other herbs, cedar akuta and the boundary tree, also give you a very strong cleansing herb. But it depends on which part of the world you are. But then, of course, even if you are in a part of the world these days, you can order online. These herbs are all online. People are selling it, and we too will be selling it in the future when we put our ads together. So the boundary tree plus cedar akuta, dandelion, and garlic 1 full clove of garlic is a very good cleansing herb. So please look for these herbs, and you will be able to do a cleansing for yourself. Avenya put into bracket boundary 3. And then the last one will be Siosio or Cedar. Cedar. No, you can use the S. The Cedar. Cedar Akuta. Yeah. This can be used as cleansing herbs. If you can find them online, buy them, and you can ask me again when you have the herbs so that I can give you direction on how to use them. Okay, I think I read the top one. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sila is asking something. Okay, Sila Ameji is saying, if possible, Papa, can you say something about the good days and bad days? Thank you. Okay, there are certain days in African spirituality or Ewe Vodu that are called bad days, and then there are certain days that are called good days. And in Akan spirituality, where people deal with Akom or Voodoo on the Akan side, I think they also have some bad days and they have good days. I think they have what they call Akwesidai. I don't know, I don't understand it very well because I have not really delved into Akan. I have not delved into Akan Voodoo or spirituality, so I can't talk very much. But I know they also have something like a bad day and good days. And I think there is a day which is Akwesidai. I don't know whether it's a bad day or a good day, but they have. And I believe in all cultures around the world, they have good days and bad days. But in Ewe Vodu, the days that are bad days and good days are not a day as such like a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, or Sunday. That's not how it is calculated. It's calculated on certain dates in the month. Like tomorrow, which is 1st December. Tomorrow, which is 1st December, is regarded in Ewe Vodu, but this is also not very common with everyone. That's why for me, it's the people who are initiate, who are my students, that I teach these bad days and good days. I don't just put it out there. Tomorrow, 1st December, is a bad day. And bad days in the sense that on those days, we do not do rituals involving animal blood. We do not do rituals involving animal blood. No blood is supposed to touch the earth. So we call them bad days. And when you look deeper into so many things, I don't want to scare people, but these bad days, some people were born on this bad day because people are being given birth to children every day. And if you were born on a bad day, and that means blood, which is your mother's blood, had touched earth on that day. In so many ways, it is very unfortunate in the sense that you will have challenges in life. No matter how much you rise up, you have some challenges, and they will come to you at the right time. It's not you, it's not your making, but it will come. So we have bad days in each month. I think December is the one having a lot of bad days. This December has a lot of bad days. So I'm not going to teach you people all, but I think I can give you the ones in December. Can you call them for me? December. 1st December. So those of you who are interested, take note, or you can go back to this video or this live and then learn. 1st December is a bad day. 7th December is a bad day. 11th December is going to be a bad day. It's only 3.
That's November that I mentioned.
You were mentioning November. Oh, please give me December. Please,
December is
1st December is a bad day.
So after that, 7th is also.
7th December is also a bad day.
The day we do the election.
Yeah.
And the 11th is also a bad day.
Okay, so you are November and December have corresponded. So 11th December is also a bad day. That's all for December. Okay, so December has only 3 bad days. 1st, 7th, and 11th. So these days, we don't really do serious spiritual things. And when you get initiated, I will give you all the other days of the year, and you can guide yourself not to take any important decisions on those days. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you very much, my daughter-in-law there. And then again, Sila Ameji went add these herbs good for a child who falls ill often. Yes, they are very good for everybody. You can use these herbs to bath a child who falls easily, and it actually drives away negative energy and negative spirits from a person. So it is good for bathing children. Well, you should do it in such a way that when you bath the herb, you bath it as the last thing before going to bed. Because once you bath, don't come outside of the after bathing and entry into your room or entry into your building. Don't come outside so that the bare sky should see you until day breaks. Yeah. Thank you very much, Sila. I think there's another question under. Okay, so African Magic Temple put dandelion, garlic, the whole full clove of garlic. Is not like just one single garlic. It's a full clove of garlic. Don't leave any piece out. Even it is very small. Don't leave it out. Add them all to the bath and mash the herbs. Well, after mashing the herbs, and when the herbs are properly mashed, that is when you pour in the garlic and go and bath. It's a very powerful thing. It is not only for normal cleansing, it can even cleanse and stop you from all things that may disturb you. Okay, these children have to wash their head for what do you call it? This lady going to court. No, we'll do it after I finish. One less Pecky Carrie said, "Good evening, sir." Hello, good evening. One less Pecky Carrie, and is it Carrie or Carl? Carrie, okay. And then the Spartacus say, "More blessings, great one." Thank you very much, Spartacus, for all the gifts and blessings to you too. Then one less Pecky Carrie say, "Do magic and voodoo goes together?" I don't understand your question. What is magic and what is voodoo? Magic is entertainment. Voodoo is voodoo. So what is the problem whether they go together or they don't go together? Magic is magic for entertainment. Voodoo is a spirituality. Magic is entertainment. So there is nothing wrong if you are a magician and you are a voodoo priest and you can do magic. However, don't use your entertainment magic to fool people that it's a spiritual power. Finish. YB sent us a rose flower ×3, and then Tagme sent us a rose flower ×1, another rose flower ×1 from Tagmes, and then Dela Moses was saying, "Good evening, Godfather." Good evening, Dela. How are you? Thank you very much. And then this Serena is saying, Atagbevivi, thank you. Thank you to this Serena. And then we have Tagmese, good knowledge. Thank you very much for appreciating that. We have one more. And then Tagmese, thank you for sharing with us. You are very welcome, everybody. And then Wabi said, 26th of December, is it a bad or a good day, Papa? It's a good day. 26th December, 25th December. In December, we have only 1st, 7th, and 11th. The rest are all good days. Thank you very much, Wabi. And then we have Tagmese. How do you get rid of monitoring spirits, please? I don't know what you people call monitoring spirits. Honestly, I don't know what you call monitoring spirits, because I don't believe, and from all my practice, that spirits are monitoring you. What did you do wrong before they are monitoring you? So when people say monitoring spirits, well, who taught you people this? Yes, it is true that there are good spirits and there are bad spirits. Unless, of course, somebody sent a spirit to attack you, why should spirits be monitoring you? Let's move on. And then Spartacus, they say, Spartacus is Spartacus TJ, right? Is it TJ?
Yes.
Okay, Spartacus TJ say, what happens if you do not complete your soul contract before death? Which one is your soul contract? I don't know anything about soul contract. I'm sorry. Then one Lespecky Curry sent us a rose flower ×1. Thank you very much. Okay, then Tagmes was saying, yes, they sent them because the person refused to join the lodge. Then you have to find a way to contact this lodge who is sending this spirit to you, because you don't want to join a lodge. Where do they get the spirit from? Where does the lodge get the spirit from? Maybe if they send it to you, then you must find a solution to it. I don't know much about monitoring spirits and a lodge sending a spirit to monitor you because you refuse to join them. A strange question to me, honestly. For me, the line that I have passed through in spirituality before sitting here and teaching may be totally different from what people call spirituality. For us here, we don't do imagination. Our things are not just make-believe. What we teach are things that we have practiced, and when we teach you, and you can practice it, and you can gain, you can get exactly what we achieve from our practices. But somebody in a lodge wants you to join a lodge, and you don't want to join a lodge. So they send a monitoring spirit to come and monitor you for what? Yeah, I deal with Voodoo. I have worked with Hindu spirits. I was once a Hindu monk. But when you say monitoring spirits are monitoring you, I'm not very, very sure what you mean by that. But as you are saying, yes, it's good to do a reading to find out what that may be. Yes, people can send spirits to come and attack you. But when you are going through challenges, you cannot know whether people send spirit to attack you or people have not sent spirit to attack you. It is when you do a spiritual consultation and it shows in your reading that some spirits are attacking you, then you know, because the reading also will give you the direction on what to do to protect yourself and prevent that spirit that is attacking you. But when you call it monitoring spirits, I'm not very sure. Maybe it's an English word that I don't really know very well, but it's all the same. And then somebody said, can you petition Venovi it's D Serena? So can you petition Venovi for conceiving? Or there's another that you recommend? You see, we have Ewe Vodu, which are there. They are the spirits. But the Vonovi by themselves are just human beings like you and I. So if you want to get pregnant with Venovi or with twins, Ewe is called twins Venovi. If you want to get twins as your children, or you want to give birth to a twins or to conceive with twins, I think it is not the Venovi that you have to petition, but it is the Ewe Vodu rather you have to petition, and also you can ask Afa on what things to do to make you to conceive twins. I think that's the best way. If you do consultation, if it is something that is feasible, Afa will give you a direction on what to do. And then we have your first girlfriend here, say Nulego Papa Agbedo. How do I communicate with my head gods or Taji Voodoo? Thank you. Your first girlfriend, first thing you have to do is you have to identify what Voodoos are in your destiny, which are your Taji Voodoo. And if you are able to identify your Taji Voodoo or head spirit, then you will be able to know how to communicate with them. Because supposing Togbe Ade or Adela Voodoo is your Taji Voodoo, then they have to know how to feed Ade. And then they will feed Ade, or Togbe Ade must be fed. And then maybe if the Togbe Ade says that, okay, because it's your Taji Voodoo, they should initiate you into its order, then they will initiate you into Togbe Ade's order, and things will become normal for you. And if it is Mami Wata that is a Taji Voodoo, then you have to first know the Mami Wata, and then they will initiate you into Mami Wata and find out which Mami is going to work with you, or that which came with you into the world, which we call Taji Voodoo in Ewe, or head spirits or head gods. So the first and foremost is to get to know which spirits are your Taji Voodoos. And once you get to know them, you also know how to communicate and work with them. But most often, these Taji Voodoos appear not in ordinary reading. Once in a while, if it is very strong, once in a while, they will come up in ordinary readings. But the most easiest way to find them is when you are initiated into Fa. The money that will fall for you in Afa initiation will give you all the Taji Voodoos that you came into this world with, and also will advise you on what to do to work with them and be successful in your spirituality. The Taji Voodoos are the ones who will even guide you to let you know the kind of job you are supposed to do, the kind of foods you are supposed to eat and the ones to avoid, type of people you should associate with and people you should avoid. That's why Afa is very important. So when you are initiated into Fa, you can find all the Taji Voodoos. But once in a while, some people in their ordinary reading, the Taji Voodoo that is very powerful continues showing up in each and every reading that they do. And then the Bokor, or the person doing the reading, if it's the same person doing it all the time, will realize that there's a Voodoo particularly who is following you or came down with you. But once they do the rituals for that Voodoo, you see that things start moving on for you. So I will invite you, your first girlfriend, that you should first do a reading to find out what your Taji Vodus are, and or you get an Afa initiation to know all the Taji Vodus in your destiny. Thank you very much for that beautiful question. And the tag message is, how does a person contact you for a reading? Our number is always there in our profile, African Magic Temple. You can even type it into the Google, is it Google? Google, not the map, a search, and ask for African Magic Temple. You will see everything about us, and you will get our telephone number. However, Agbevivi is typing, our engineer here is typing our contact number. You can always call and they will attend to you. We are open 7 days a week, not 24 hours, but from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. When you call, you will be attended to. You can call and make all your enquiries, and from there, if you choose to do a reading, then you can book an appointment and they will let you know. Thank you very much. And then we have one less Pecky Carrie say, it's fair, but understand. Okay, I agree with you. Then Tagmesi say, I know this because many readings have been done. Okay, thank you very much. So one thing also I would want you people to understand that when someone did a reading for you and told you that they saw this, they saw that, they should be, listen to the question, the point again, they should be able to tell you what these spirits are, or these monitoring spirits are, and also they should be able to tell you what to do to stop them from disturbing you. If they really were able to see it and know it, they must also know how to stop it. I don't know whether that is understood, because I can't see something that I cannot do anything about. Unless a person is not a real reader, it's someone who just does imagination as a reading or using psychology to do a reading. Because once they can see it, they must be able to know how to stop it or prevent it. So let's move on. Or there are people who can see but they cannot do anything about it. Then what kind of seer are they? So Tagmes, our contact is up above your question. And then this Serena say, I meant the Voodoo place. Yes, if you want to have a Benovi as a child, or you have to have Benovis as children, I think the best is to go to people who have Benovi Voodoo, and then they can pray to the Benovi Voodoo and see if things will come, whether twins will come to you. Then we have this Serena. I say, okay, I'll make time to come by. Thank you very much. And then we have a Tagmes. He said, can you can you be paid via PayPal? No, PayPal is a business that belonged to people who were at one time South African racist, white racist group. I must say it. And for no reason, PayPal doesn't not me. They don't pay me. If you pay through PayPal, I will not receive. They'll even, maybe they'll tell you they cannot work with me. I don't know. Maybe because I share knowledge of black people. Maybe that's why. I don't know, but they have no reason to. When I was living in Japan and I was not doing this live and all this thing, yes, I had a PayPal account. But when I started this seriously, start teaching about our tradition, PayPal and Western Union had kind of stopped paying me. They did not tell me that I am a thief or I have taken somebody's money and didn't do their work. I don't know, but they don't work with me. Western Union and PayPal, these two, they trace their roots back to South Africa, when whites were ruling South Africa. And then Your first gift, thank you very much, Papa. I really appreciate it. May the gods bless you effortlessly. Enuledo. Amerikamadena nudo. Woli wofu. Akbekakakakaka. Thank you. And then Spartacus TJ said, when you do a far reading and it displays Pauline Jombe several times, what does it imply? If a far, whatever Pauline fall down, the person who is doing the Afa reading for you should be able to explain to you what it is. So if Pauline Jombe continue coming in your reading, then it is pointing to you that you should follow the footsteps of your father or your ancestors. That's a simple way I can put it. It's telling you to follow the footsteps of your ancestors. So then tag message, what other payments options are there? There are so many other payment options that comes to us in Ghana, apart from Western Union and what do you call it, PayPal. They have a MoneyGram. They have Tap Send, bank transfer. They have all kind of what do you call it? Say Raya, Small World, a whole lot of. But me, PayPal doesn't give me money. Western Union, I didn't steal anybody's money. I know I have not stolen anybody's money, but that's how they deal with me. So it's not my company, and I cannot force them, because I ask them to find out what did I do wrong, why they cannot. They say it is their internal. They cannot disclose it to me who they have stopped giving money to. So it's fine. So Spartacus say thank you, Papa, and thank you very much, Spartacus, for all the gifts that you have given us. I'm grateful. And then Tatmes say, I'm in the Caribbean. That's why I asked. In the Caribbean, I think you should ask MoneyGram. MoneyGram is almost everywhere. They should be able to do MoneyGram. Yeah, thank you very much, Tatmes. And then the Serena say, Papa, please, do you have special days that you do the essay for rituals? Yes, for the Esevo, which is a negative destiny that we all came into the world with, the day that you were born are the days that Esevo or the negative essay rituals are done. They are done on the day you were born. And then Spartacus is sending us 9 rose flowers. Thank you, and thank you very much for today. I think I'll be closing my this thing very soon. I have about 3 minutes. Is it 3 minutes? 7 minutes to 7 o'clock on my phone. Okay, on ReVodution Voodoo. Where is that one?
TikTok.
On TikTok, we have our brother or sister Nayan said, teacher, can you teach us a little about Voodoo Kitty Kata? There is no Voodoo called Kitty Kata. Just like somebody said that there is a Voodoo called Segbolisa. No, there is no Voodoo called Kitty Kata. We Eves refer to the Trinity in God as God, the Trinity in Godhead as Mauga, when the word Ga in Ewe means big or supreme. So we have Mauga, Sobo, Lisa, and people in the northern part of Benin and northern part of Togo will call Segbe Lisa. We call it Sobo Lisa, and in my some Sobo Lisa, Segbe Lisa, they are the same. The dialect changes. And then we call the second one Mauga Kitty Kata. It's not a voodoo. It's not a voodoo set up by a human being. Nobody can create Kitty Kata, and no one can create Segbe Lisa. So then the third one is Mau Ga Esse, which we regard as the mother of destiny, each and everyone's destiny. And that is the only one who sent each human being to here according onto this earth according to their destiny. And this is the only one that Eves may create. But Mauga Kitikata and Mauga Sogolisa, nobody calls them Voodoo. They are gods. They are the trinity of Ewe cosmology. Then one be say it's 2 minutes to 9 in South Africa. Okay, it's going to be thank you. So we are almost a few minutes away. 2 hours and some minutes away. Thank you. And then the Serena say, I want to bring Demian. That's why I asked. Okay, this is Lisa. Okay, Lisa, if you want to do a save one for Damien, then he has to be a day that they born him. But then you will have to come earlier, and we discuss, and you know all the things that are involved. And when the things are gotten, we will set up the day, because some of the day may fall on a bad day, and then it cannot be done. But with Damien, okay, it's not there because they don't need to shave his hair in a 7. There's no need to shave the hair, so it can be done. So we can talk about it, and then we will see which is best for you, because somebody also wanted me to do a 7 for their son before the end of the year. So we can talk about it. Thank you very much. So we have Nayan. It say, thank you, teacher. Well understood, and thank you too. And then Tagme say, you come across an honest person. Thank you for your time. Respect to you, sir. You are very much welcome, Tagmes. Thank you all for asking the question. And the Sarena say, yes, please, thank you very much. You are all welcome. Thank you. I think we are almost at the end of our today. Let's check the other. Why there's water coming from my mouth today? Is it because the air conditioner? No. I don't know. I'm just rubbing that. Maybe I'm hungry. Again, I have chocolate. There's a question. That's this Serena. There's Lisa there. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, thank you all very much for today, all of you, for the beautiful questions that you sent, and the suggestions and the ideas that you share with us, and we share with all of us. I'm grateful to you all. I have a Brown and Francis, first day on your life. Thank you, Brown and Francis. I'm grateful that you had the taste of what we teach and do at African Magic Temple. I am grateful. So, Tagmes say, are you in Ghana? Yes, I am in Accra, Ghana. Thank you. So, thank you all very much for today, and I'm happy that you joined and you contributed to today's teachings. May the ancestors continue to bless us all, and may the God of creation continue to see us through our difficult times and bring comfort and happiness into our life. May your week be a successful week. Mama, yes, so we are done. Thank you all very much for today. Until I see you again Next week, I don't stop it. Some people's listening. Next week, as I said earlier, we are going to be in the Volta region at Peki Festival of the Igbo people, and I may not be able to do a live session on Sunday. So our lives will come on Friday and Saturday during our performances. We're going to do a magic entertainment show and warrior dance shows at the festival. So I may not be able to sit here on Sunday, but those of you who can tune in on Friday and Saturday, surely I will not be able to talk with you, but you will see the things that we do to make others happy. Thank you very much. And then we have Dela Moses. Thank you as well. Have a beautiful evening, Godfather. Thank you all, and tag men say respect, and respect to all of you for joining the AFT ReVodution Voodoo live streaming question and answer section. Bye bye till we meet again soon.